The 14 Democratic senators who are still in Illinois plan to meet later this morning to discuss what their next move will be.
They've been in Illinois for 3 weeks now trying to stall a vote on the budget repair bill. And joining us on the phone this morning is one of those senators, Democratic Senator Tim Carpenter of Milwaukee. And Senator Carpenter, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's talk about the Democratic senators' move. What will it be today?
Well, first of all, I think there are going to be legal challenges to what happened, how this bill got passed, no notification for the public. We consider this sort of be the Pearl Harbor on workers' rights. So the first step is look at the options of what violations were created by law by the Republicans doing this. And then second of all, we're going to be back, fighting very hard to let people's voices be heard and to take up the challenge of passing the state budget.
Senator, Governor Walker earlier this week released a number of emails that showed he was willing to, or at least he said, showed he was willing to compromise on at least half a dozen issues related to the collective bargaining. Is it fair to suggest that this was a high-stakes game of political poker, that you all did not take those concessions, you went all in, and you ended up losing the hand?
No, I don't think so. I believe we still were in negotiations trying to talk about things, but what's difficult when you're negotiating with someone, when things come close, Governor Walker would run and do a press conference and sort of, brush things aside. We were prepared. We said all along, just take the collective bargaining, a non-fiscal item, out of the budget repair bill, and we were fine. But what they did is they said, well, we had to pass this bill because it is a fiscal measure. We have to do it for bonding. We have to do it to prevent pink slips. And they were lying all along. What they wanted to do is very simply trample on workers' rights. So everything you were hearing in the press from the governor's office, the opposite was true for the past week or so.
Senator Carpenter, how would you balance the argument that the Republicans somehow thwarted the system by changing the bill and then pushing it through last night, when you could argue the Democratic senators thwarted the system by going to Illinois for 3 weeks?
Well, the difference is we were talking, we were negotiating. The governor said he would not give an inch, which made it very, very difficult. But a hastily thrown together bill, passed without any public input from citizens to know what's inside that bill, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a mistake or two made. So one had deliberations and negotiations and talk going on. The other one was dictatorial and just slammed down the gavel. And the majority, always gets its way in the end, no matter what. But I want to thank Senator Dale Schultz, who deserves a profile and courage. He's the sole voice in the Republican caucus that stood up to the schoolyard bullies.
Senator Tim Carpenter, Democrat from Milwaukee, we appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.